Hello and welcome back to Paulie Abides. Following on from my last video where we talked about doing music production using agile and kanban techniques, I've got my 3 kanban boards set up now for my 3 tracks that I'm making. Just to recap, track 1 is going to be a 135 BPM electro influenced kind of heavy 808 kick, 808 snare and clap and hats, with a bass line from Serum and an 808 kick. I'm going to use some acid sounds from my SH101 emulator and use some good samples as well. I've also decided to put in some analog zaps, a pitch drop bass, and some weirdness from the Yamaha TX81Z, which I've got sat just in the corner over there. Track 2 was going to be 160 BPM Duke footwork style track, again centered around an 808 kit. I'm going to include some bass from Serum again, also some analog zaps that I'm going to generate in a moment with the SH101, and I've been trying to find some jazz sounds which I think I may have found. And track 3 was 174 BPM breakbeat thing, a tech step drum and bass track. I've decided to use the following breaks: Worm, Amen, Apache and Think, but also I forgot that I just recently bought this Bernard Purdie album, which has some really special breaks on it that I am planning to use as well. Also a 909 kit to just underlay all of that drumming. Standard kind of sine bass with sine drops, some sort of mid-range bass that I'll come up with, and a lead hook. Also I've decided that I want to include like a record spin back at some point in there as well. Yeah, so they're my 3 sets of backlogs. So I'm going to get started on these right now and try and clear down some of this stuff. So I think what I'll do is start with doing some sampling, get these breaks sampled and into Reaper first. I think that'll be the best use of the first part of this time. All the other drum sounds are fairly easy to come up with, and we'll do that with the MC303 in a minute. But yeah, okay, let's get these samples organized then. So yeah, so in Reaper, actually, if I flick over to the Reaper shot, one of the great things with this system is being able to have more than one track open at the same time. So I've got some samples that I've been taking earlier on today from vinyl, just practicing, but now I can open an additional tab and start the first track and start to bring things into here. But to be fair, I need to keep recording these samples, so I'll use what I've started earlier on, because this is set up for sampling, so we'll use this. Let's see. Alright, so I need to queue up some records then. So let's do that. Key. Alright, so I'm mic'd up so I can still talk to you while I'm over here. I've got Apache on the decks at the moment, actually. I'm going to swap it out for this Bernard Purdie album. Now I need to be a bit careful about doing this because I'm not sure what's going to be flagged up as copyright. So I'll come back to that. We're going to sample that in a minute. Right, so Bernard Purdie, let's get you on the decks. So what I might do is actually pitch it up quite a bit and then it may not be detected by YouTube. So let's just let's bring that down on the decks. Look you over to that shot for a minute so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got this channel here on the desk open for the vinyl. Let's see if we can get some audio. Yeah, so that in fact is the break I want to sample. So let's hit record. See what it sounds like pitched up, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I'm just going to sample it at the regular tempo, to be fair. And just hope for the best. So here we go. I'll stick you over onto Reaper. And that is recording now, in fact, so let's... Okay, that's that one. Bernard Purdy, thank you very much. Okay, so what have we got next? Well, Apache is right here. See if we can get this back in the case. Yep. Incredible bongo band, Apache. So this one, I believe we've got the break at the beginning. Not that one. Track 2, in fact. Yeah, that one. And then also there is another part of the record which you can actually see from here. That's all you need. That's that. So this case has gone a bit funny, so we're gonna have to fix that. Really need to get some different kind of... Okay. Right, it's better. Yeah. So Apache done. Now when I say done, these are only sampled. There's a big process to go through afterwards to get them organized into playable instruments, which I will show you soon. Right, the next break, let's do Think, shall we? This old classic. That's still recording? Yeah. Okay. Everything. Final track on the album. Let's see now. What is this? On side A. Not that one. Jesus. It's been a while since I played this one. Might have to give this a bit of a clean. Bit of vinyl cleaner. just to get the dust off. This thing's dirty. It's been ages since I played this one. Oh yeah. Right. Where are we? So, Block Party Breaks, Volume 2. Track A3, The Winstons, Amen Brother. So are we still recording? Yep. Track 2. Like I mentioned yesterday, this is a Ed Russian Optical favourite. And it's right at the start of the tune. Thank you very much. Got it. Right, so let's stop that recording. There's our breaks. So let's have a listen to some of that. Check how that went. So, first one. That's good. Bit more Apache.
Hey fellas, I'm talking to you and you too. I know misery, two to make it out of sight.
I think that's Think. Amen. Nice fresh Amen break. And the worm. Okay, so we need to get some of this organized and chopped. So I'm going to make some fresh channels to bring these down onto. That is such a good break. I need to slice it. Kind of start here. It's the snare that hits. Right, let's do a little chop. Let's go there. It's a zero crossing just about there. Down to here. Supposed to solo that. Okay. Was there anything else good from that? The second loop's quite nice. Big splash cymbal on that. shuffle. I think it's there. Let me chop it at that point, then I've got all of it. Solo it. Right. That little sound there is quite good. I think I'll have to get that as well. A little mistake can be used. I did want a spin back as well, actually. What's next? Patchy. Let's chop that there. And then chop that there. It's my Apache break. This was the second breakdown. This might be the better of the two. Chop it there just to make sure I've got it all. Okay. Okay, there. And then here. Nice and simple, this one. Okay, solo that. Yeah. Okay, and Amen, brother, of course. You know, I've never noticed that first hit has a bass tone on it. That's probably never been used. Wow. Maybe people are using it from the second loop. They are. This third loop's really nice. I think we'll just get the standard aiming break, not that first bass tone. Okay, right. Okay, so that's my aiming break. Bring that down here. So they're the breaks. Now, all this stuff needs to be chopped up and put into kits, essentially drum kits. So what I'll do now is a bit of slice and dice, and then put these into what I call Reaper's drum rack. So I'll show you that. You see where it says offline? What it does is it actually saves a bit of processing power and turns your sound card off while you're doing something else. When you click back into it, it brings it back into play, which is quite handy. Now, what I could do is try and do all of... I've got a clean project with an organized or reasonably organized set of breaks. Oops. Where are we going? The sketchpad one was fine. Yep. Okay. So if we bring up the original list, got Worm, Aiming, Apache, Think, and Purdy. Let's put them in order. Bit quiet. What happened to the worm break? Did I miss that? That's right at the end. Right. Quite a nice little rim shot there. And I did want a rim shot. Let's get one of those. bring that down there. And let's chop it there to get my loop. Bring it down there, copy that, and we'll bring it over here. So if I was going to be really pedantic and organize that into the order I've specified, we need worm first, then amen. Worm, amen, Apache, so we've got 2 Apaches, and I think the second one's better. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. Think is next. Then the Purdy break. Might have to just keep it simple and keep that first one. And then final one is what? That was just an additional. So we'll put these additional bits over there. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of that. We got our breaks in order. So let's have a listen to that. Okay, now, so we can officially put these in progress. And I'd better save this project as well. So, track 2. Track 2. So the process for chopping up a break in Reaper, and I'm glad I got this break actually, because this will be useful to demonstrate it with. There's a slight chip at the end. I'll probably just bring that in. better. Alright, so these need to be chopped and brought onto the keyboard to be made into an instrument, and the way that's done is using a drum rack that I've made. I'm not going to go into the detail of how that's done in this video. I'll dedicate a separate video to making one of these, and this is called the Represent drum rack because what I've added in is a resonant filter that actually it will run through the frequency range with some res on it, and that kind of sounds like Ronnie Sizer's Represent, the way they used to edit and chop drum breaks. So what I'm going to do, well, first we need to chop it up. So we've got a kick, hi-hat, snare. Turn off snap, and I just need to hit S where I think these should be getting chopped. Now I'm not exactly jumping onto the zero crossings very accurately, but I'm not going to worry about that just now. I don't have a lot of time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. And this is essentially a drum rack, and each one of these is a sampler. And you can see that they are connected to a specific key on the keyboard. And I can bring in samples from here by clicking this button. And I'll need to turn the MIDI input on. That's it. That's the first key. Okay, let's get all these samples in. I'm just wondering, actually, I'm suffering a bit of low volume here. Now, I might do this again. And the reason for that is, let me bin this off. So I increased the volume of this sample, but I didn't actually bounce it out as a dedicated sample with that volume. So let's do that. Let's put this on. Now, have we captured that louder? Yes, I believe I have. So I'll need to slice it again. Give that a name. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep the shuffles as they are. Alright, so let's bring in a new empty drum rack. And bring the samples in. And turn MIDI on. That's quite good. Right, it's tempting to play around with that, so let's just get that saved and move on. There is a pitch utility as well that I've attached to these things. Anyway, let's get that saved as a new track. So save track as a track template. So I can now bring this worm break in anytime. Okay, right, let's move on. Next one was the aim and break. There's a lot in here. All right, so let's get chopping. Right, so it's the S key to slice. Alright, how many slices have we got here? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Well, that's handy because my drum rack only has 24 spaces. Right, so let's get these all in. This is obviously much quicker in Ableton. This is one of the downsides of Reaper. However, it does remind me a lot of back in the day using an EMU E6400 sampler and SoundForge to manually bring samples over into that beast and then assign them to keys on my MIDI keyboard. It's definitely got that vibe about it. Final crash and then the final hit. Alright, so let's turn MIDI on. Sounds like an Amen to me. Fresh from vinyl. Let's try it pitched up a bit. See, that's supposed to have the kind of Ronnie size. Filter on it. I actually float that controller. I can show you the EQ that's happening on it. Very nice. So let's get that track saved as well. So I'm saving these as templates, and I can just bring them into any track as a break anytime I want. Okay, right, next one. Apache. I think I'll just boost the volume of that as well. Alright, let's get it done. No, wrong one. Where did it go? Ah, had the wrong thing selected. This track with this audio, please. Let's get that just on the grid. That should give me that break nice and loud. God, look at that. It's almost exactly on the grid. Wow. Zoom in a bit. Do some chopping. Right, so snap off. S key to chop. And I'm not going to care about zero crossings again. Those little shakers you can't chop into individual pieces. You have to leave a bit of a loop in there so you can play with that. Snares obviously have to be bang on. Okay, we've got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's fine. Let's get a new empty drum rack. Where did that put that? Okay, right here. So let's start bringing things in. Ooh, that whole end piece is on its own. Okay, that's nice. Let's try the higher pitch. Ooh. Almost sounds like Bambata by Show Effects. Okay, nice. Let's get that saved. That is the definitive Apache. Let's start a new tab and just check that these are working. Yep. Yep. Worm. Worm has not worked. Oh, it has. I wonder what was happening there. Try Apache. Amen. Yep, no working. Okay, so what do we have? So Worm, Amen, Apache, Think is next. Let's save this as break edits. So this one should be fairly straightforward. Let's select that track. Push the volume up a bit. Snap back on. Bounce it out. Got a nice loud break. Snap off. So we got the kick. Just wondering where would be best to chop this. I think probably on the snare first. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, right, so new track from drum rack. Empty samplers, let's bring it in. Hold on, we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 is next, 5. That's the think break. Okay. So save track as template, breaks, think. And let's just check that works in this as well. Breaks, think. Okay, that is the think break done, and the final break was the Purdy break. So I had high hopes for this. This was going to be my tech step monster. Yeah, let's see now. So let's get this boosted as well. You know, I could be compressing these. Didn't think of that. Oh well. Right, that's that. Bounce to a fresh, nicely boosted bit of audio. Dum dum tsh, dum tsh. Wow. Okay, right, snap off. Just hit it. Boom, boom. I'm gonna have to get it there. Okay, right, new track, drum rack. Yeah, open the sampler, get the MIDI on. Yeah, let's bring it in. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. try it pitched up a bit. Okay, right. Save track, breaks, Purdy. And let's test that. Great. Okay, save that, save that. So this one could actually be the beginnings of my breakbeat track, which is track 3. Got all my breaks lined up. Now I need a 909 kit. Yeah, let's save this as track 3. And let's carry on. Right, so samples, we need more samples. Next is the 909 kit. Let's bring that into play. Now these are still in progress because I haven't done any arrangement with them yet. and I can't legitimately close these out until I've actually composed something with it. The 909 kit, I just want to have a kick, snare, a few hats from the MC303. So let's try that. It's quite weighty, this thing. I'm going to drop some bass off it, make it more of a less of a bassy experience. Probably push the mids a bit, make it more flat. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Might even put a bit of reverb on it. So it's just a few hits I need. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Save that. So let's check that out. Let's see if I can make a little kit from that. Again, that has come in quite quiet. Let's stick it on its own channel. Boost it a bit. Good transients on these Roland devices. Oof. Okay, so new track from template, drum rack. Let's load that up. I need to chop it first. So definitely want the snare. Two snares. So yeah, I'll get that as well. That was a mistake, I don't want that. The clap I'll have. The second snare I don't need. That kick I don't need. The hi-hats I do need. Okay, so get rid of that. That was a no. They were no. And then, yep. Okay. All right, so let's bring these in. Okay. That's interesting. Let's just do that once more just to make sure I've got that right. So import item, import item, import item, import item. Ignore that. Right, confused now. So right, kick drum, snare, snare, clap, hi-hat, hi-hat. I think I missed a hi-hat. Oh, is it that one? Okay. All right, got it. Right, now, let's get this saved first of all. Right, 909 kit. Should be able to have different outputs for this device. I'll come back to that. The main thing is that I've got 909 sounds available for use. Let's just check what the bass end on that kick is. If I was to load that into my track 3 now, that will need to be EQ'd separately, but we'll come back to that. So I can say we've got the 909 kit in progress as well. Right, let's see. Let's do a little time check. Where are we? So, yeah. I'm gonna have to try and do a bit more of the arrangement now. So let's start with this break. What else do I need to make for this? Not that much. It's mainly breaks. I need to get something going ASAP. So let's get a little MIDI clip established. Put it at 8ths. That's too big. Get rid of that. Right, that'll do. 174. Okay, let's try it at that. let's put it all up. Might need to get pitched up a bit. Let's do that. If I do 16ths, is that going to work? I am not sure, and this is why the 909 kit comes in handy, because you can test ideas out with this. Let's get it on the grid. Mute that. Seems a bit out there. Let's do something simpler. Okay, so that was a snare on the 2 and the 3, I think. How are we counting that? Is that the rhythm we want? It's definitely one on the 2. Okay, so we've got a pattern down for a couple of things. How would that work with say think? Actually works quite well. That's almost the exact rhythm of think. Let's just mute that one for a minute. Does this need to be pitched? Okay, so next one. Aim and brake. Should work with everything. Let's just mute these two. So we've got a little bit of an aim and going. See what pitch sounds like on that. See what patchy sounds like on top of this. It's going to be very breakbeat heavy. Might do the snares first. Mute a few of these things. Nothing strange there. Okay, and the final break is a bit easier. And that sample's a bit weird. A bit better. Okay, so we've got a bit of a loop going for these breaks then. What would be next? Okay, maybe time to take a break from doing breaks and concentrate on the 808 kit that I need to make. But I may do that in the next video. Let's see, when's my deadline? Okay, I'm gonna have to squeeze in another hour. So let's do some 808 sounds. I've got those loops established. Yeah, that's a pretty solid set of drums. Yeah, so that break sampling's gone pretty well. This is my breakbeat track coming along pretty nicely. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things playing there, so that's enough weight for me to establish the body of the track on. I can definitely do something with that. I'm going to need to start designing the bass soon as well. Yeah, let's take a little break from that and let's do some 808 instead. So, I'm going to need some more samples. So, let's get some samples going. And this time we're going for an 808. think this time actually I'm just going to do it all in audio because it's going to be way easier. Just noticed all the bass is cut out of that, so let's change that. Wondered where the bass was gone. It's too loud now. Just completely overloading it. Take all the reverb off, nice and dry. Let's get these samples in. And we can say we've got something going for the 808s. That needs to be off. If I record. Let's do a reverbed one as well. Why not? Just random. Okay, that's the 808 sampled. So I'm going to need to start a new project, save as, well, this is going to be track 1. Let's copy that. Let's have a look, see what we got. That is a nice kick drum. Let's chop it. So some of these could go on a drum kit actually, and some can't. So let's stick in a little drum rack for a few of these, and let's just increase the volume of some of this stuff as well. So that's kind of okay. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, I wonder if I could get the volume of that up a bit. Yeah, why not? It's quite boomy, that kick. Clap here. It's come in so quiet. That's a good snare, and that's come in quiet as well. Should have recorded louder volume, never mind. Nope. Enter. That's it. Not really bothered about that. It's kind of okay. good. Yeah, that we want. Yeah, okay. I'll have that. And the reverb stuff, actually, nah, I don't need that. So what I should have now is a nice multi-sample of everything. I'll just mute that and play this. Yeah, so it is all quite loud. It's playing that as well. All right. Okay, so right, so if I just get kicks on a channel, let's call these kicks. Can't even hear that now. Bring that one down. We'll do clicks. Snares. And put claps on the same one. It's a good snare. And then we need hats. Hats. I'll put that onto clicks. Hats. Hats. click, click, and that. Okay, so every other track can go. Then we just need to fine-tune these instruments. Cut bits off them. Don't know where that went. Yeah. Snap to grid. We've got 2 kicks. Got a click here. It's actually quieter than my spacebar. I loop that. It's better. Snap to grid. These can be quite fun. Let's get these snares sorted out. Okay, right, so let's put them on a grid. What have we got? Okay, so we need to get some sort of little hi-hat pattern going. And what I'll do is I'll copy these to Sketchpad 2. Put these onto a separate channel for a minute. Now, what tempo are we actually on? It should be 135, I'd said. I go to 16th grid. So I can get some of these things in progress then. 808 kick, snare, hats, clap. I didn't get a cowbell. So I was going to use just the transient of the kick. should the snare be? Let's get a snare. That's the good snare. Let's see. Let's get something going. So. Fairly standard electro pattern there. So I think that will probably have to do for this minute. I'm not going to try and embellish that any further. It's fairly basic, but it can be made better. Okay, so they're all in progress. We'll get back to the cowbell. Analog zaps. I was going to use these in tracks 1 and 2. See if I can generate some of these. Okay, so this is the sort of thing I'm thinking of. can load that preset back. I'm going to record some of that, and I guess I'll record the audio from it. I'm going to need to send the audio to another track. To track 8. That work? That worked. Yeah, that worked. Okay, it's quite quiet. Okay, let's do another record. Okay, that is enough analog zaps. I can get rid of that now because I've got the audio. now add that to reverb. Okay, so that's all the zaps in order. Just save that. Yeah, there is a lot to do. So really these zaps can be made into a rhythmic kind of pattern soon. But really, that is about as much as I can do for now. Got the brakes sorted, the 909 kit sorted, some of the 808 stuff done, the analog zaps done. There's quite a few other things I want to try and achieve. But I have a plan. Okay, right, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. It's been a good session tonight. I've got a fair amount of audio created. This is all going to go into my forthcoming tracks. I'm probably going to have to try and do a lot of stuff offline to try and get the tracks into a bit more of an organised state. But I will be with you again shortly soon, and we'll carry on. All right, so yeah, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.